All right, let's check your weather now. Tropical storm Melissa, you see her right next to me, slowly inching its way through the Caribbean, and it's only expected to get worse into the weekend. This is forecast to become a very large Category 4 hurricane. Jamaica right now, that entire nation bracing for the impact, and more rain is threatening already flood-ravaged areas in the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. Let's jump to Philadelphia meteorologist Grant Gilmore with a look at the national forecast. Grant, that's bad for folks in that region. Where will that storm go, and what will things look like for folks here in the U.S.?
Errol, you're right. I mean, Jamaica really has to rush their preparations as the storm, like you said, inches closer, but more importantly, just doesn't move anytime soon. Here's the thing. Here's Tropical Storm Melissa right now. It's roughly 185 miles to the south and east of Jamaica. But this system, as it moves closer, is going to be strengthening. And in fact, it's not only going to become a hurricane as we go into the weekend, but likely a major hurricane before we get into early next week. Let's talk about the latest here. We've got tropical storm warnings in effect for western Haiti and then the entire island of Jamaica. Now, again, it's going to take a couple of days for Tropical Storm Melissa to strengthen, but it really is not going to move much. Right now, those wind speeds are at 45 miles per hour. The storm is only moving 1 mile per hour, and it's actually moving slightly to the east, but it will start to take more of a west-northwesterly track as it strengthens rapidly, potentially a Category 4 hurricane by the beginning of next week. At that point, it looks like it likely crosses over Cuba and then quickly exits to the north and east, moving away from the United States. So right now, it would just be those fringe secondary impacts, likely in some rip currents and some high surf for the southeastern coast. Meanwhile, we've got a strong low pressure system moving across the southern plains, bringing a threat for severe weather across Texas today into the Gulf states as we go into the weekend. Damaging winds, hail, and maybe even some tornadoes in the cards as we go into Saturday. A lesser of a severe threat across the north central Gulf states as we head into the second half of the weekend. Meanwhile, our atmospheric river continues to bring several rounds of storms. High wind warnings in effect for parts of the west coast there, with high wind watches in effect inland. These storms are going to bring heavy low-level rainfall, and mountain snow is going to pick up anywhere between 10 to 16 inches of snow in the higher elevations through the weekend. Errol, back to you.
Rainy and snowy weekend. All right, Grant, thank you for that. We'll see you before the end of the hour.